You're weak because you choose to be. Every excuse, every missed opportunity, every time you quit, that's on you. Right now, you're a fraction of what you could be, and deep down you know it. The world doesn't care about your sob story. It rewards action, period. That voice telling you I can't, it's lying. Your body can take 10 times more than your mind wants you to believe. I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is for people who aren't serious. I'm here to tell you the truth. Greatness isn't given, it's taken. By those willing to suffer. By those who run toward the pain instead of away from it. This is your wake-up call. The only question is, will you answer it? Embrace the suck. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's not supposed to be easy. If you're waiting for the perfect conditions to get after it, you'll be waiting forever. Embracing the suck means looking adversity dead in the eye and saying, is that all you got? It means stepping into the storm willingly because you know that's where growth happens. Most people run from discomfort. They avoid pain like it's the plague, but pain isn't your enemy, it's your damn teacher. Every time you push through when everything in you wants to quit, you're rewiring your brain. You're telling weakness it has no place in your life. Think about the hardest thing you've ever done, the moment you wanted to give up but didn't. That's where your strength was born. That's where mental toughness is forged. It's not in the easy wins, the comfortable routines, the lazy mornings. It's in the grind, the struggle, the days when nothing goes right and you keep going anyway. You don't become resilient by avoiding hardship. You become resilient by surviving it, by thriving in it. The suck is where the magic happens. It's where average people break and warriors are made. When your lungs are burning, your legs are screaming, and your mind is begging for mercy, that's your moment. That's your test. And every time you push past it, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. The suck doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're scared, if you're hurting. The only thing that matters is whether you're willing to endure it. Weakness whispers in your ear, just stop, just quit. It's not worth it. But toughness roars back, keep going. This is where you earn it. The suck isn't your enemy. It's your proving ground. It's the fire that burns away everything weak inside you and leaves only steel. So stop running from it. Stop complaining about it, lean into it, own it, because the more you embrace the suck, the more you realize you were never weak to begin with, you were just untested. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It's the silent killer of dreams. The moment you settle into a routine that doesn't challenge you, that doesn't scare you, that doesn't force you to grow, you're dying. Slowly maybe, but you're dying. Because growth doesn't happen in the safe zone. It happens in the struggle, in the moments when you're so far outside your comfort zone that you can't even see it anymore. Most people spend their lives chasing comfort. They want the easy job, the soft bed, the predictable life. But predictable is another word for stagnant. If you want to be mentally tough, you have to do the opposite. You have to seek out discomfort like it's your damn job. You have to wake up early when you want to sleep in. You have to take the cold shower when you want the hot one. You have to push for one more rep when your body is begging you to stop. Discomfort is the price of greatness. Every single person who has ever achieved anything worth a damn has had to endure pain, doubt, and fear. The difference between them and everyone else, they didn't run from it. They didn't hide from it. They walked straight into it because they knew that's where the real work gets done. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort. It's a survival mechanism, but you're not here to just survive. You're here to dominate. And that means overriding your instincts. It means doing the things that scare you, the things that hurt, the things that make you question whether you're cut out for this. Because the more you do them, the easier they become. The more you sit in discomfort, the more it becomes your new normal. The first time you run a mile, it feels impossible. The 10th time, it's hard but manageable. The 100th time, it's just another day. That's how toughness is built, through repetition, through exposure, through refusing to back down. You don't get stronger by avoiding the weight room. You don't get faster by skipping sprints. You don't get mentally tough by staying in your safe little bubble. So start today. Do something that makes you uncomfortable, then do it again tomorrow and the next day. Keep doing it until it doesn't faze you anymore, because the only way to expand your limits is to push past them. The only way to make discomfort your ally is to face it head on, over and over until it bows to you. Weakness lives in comfort. Strength is born in struggle. So get comfortable being uncomfortable, or get left behind. No excuses, only results. The world doesn't give a single damn about your excuses. It doesn't care that you were tired, that you had a bad day, that things didn't go your way. The only thing that matters, the only currency that counts, is results. Period. Weakness hides behind reasons. Weakness loves to explain why it couldn't, why it didn't, why it wasn't possible. But toughness doesn't explain. Toughness doesn't justify. Toughness delivers. Every single time, look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you a person of action or a person of excuses? Because those are the only two options. There's no middle ground. There's no I tried. There's no I almost made it. There's only did or didn't. And if you didn't, it's not because the universe screwed you over, it's because you weren't willing to do what it takes. Excuses are the crutches of the weak. They're the stories we tell ourselves to feel better about falling short. But here's the brutal truth. Nobody remembers your excuses. Nobody cares about your reasons. History doesn't record the people who almost did something. It remembers those who got it done. So what's it gonna be? Are you going to be another footnote of unfulfilled potential? Or are you going to be the kind of person who looks at every obstacle and says, I don't care what it takes, I'm getting through this? The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you start making progress. Because excuses are just permission slips to fail, they're the easy way out, and if you're looking for the easy way, you're already losing. Life isn't fair, it's not supposed to be, the game is rigged against you from the start. So what? That's not a reason to quit, that's a reason to fight harder. You want to be mentally tough, then you need to develop a zero-tolerance policy for excuses in your life. No more I don't have time, no more it's too hard, no more I'll start tomorrow. Those words are poison. They rot your discipline from the inside out. The only words that matter are it's done. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about looking at failure and saying, fine, I'll go again. It's about taking full ownership of every outcome in your life, the good and the bad, because that's the only way you'll ever truly grow. No more blaming, no more justifying, no more hiding, just results. Stay hungry, stay angry. Complacency is the silent killer of greatness. The moment you think you've made it, the moment you start feeling comfortable, that's when you start dying, because hunger isn't just a phase. It's not something you turn on and off. It's a way of life. It's the fire that keeps you sharp, keeps you grinding when everyone else has settled. Most people lose their edge the second things start going well. They get a little success, a little comfort, and suddenly they're not the same animal anymore. They stop outworking everyone. They stop pushing limits. They start believing their own hype, and that's when they get passed by. You want to stay mentally tough, then you need to stay hungry, and not just hungry, angry. Angry at the thought of being average, angry at the idea of wasting your potential, angry enough to wake up every single day like you've got something to prove, because you do. This isn't about negativity, it's about intensity. It's about using that chip on your shoulder as fuel. Remember where you started. Remember every time someone doubted you. Remember every time you doubted yourself. That's your ammunition. That's what keeps you grinding when others are sleeping. The great ones never lose that edge. They never stop feeling like they're the underdog even when they're on top. Because they know the second they get comfortable is the second someone hungrier is coming for their spot. Hunger isn't optional, it's the price of staying in the game. The world doesn't stand still. Your competition isn't taking days off. Every second you spend feeling satisfied is a second someone else is gaining ground. So stay paranoid, stay obsessed, stay pissed off, not at the world, but at the thought of not maximizing every ounce of what you're capable of. That's how you maintain an edge. That's how you keep winning. That's how you make sure no one ever outworks you. Because here's the truth. The moment you stop feeling hungry is the moment you've already lost. The fire doesn't go out in one day. It dies slowly, one compromise at a time. Don't let that happen. Stay hungry, stay angry, stay dangerous. Weakness is a choice. Let's get one thing straight. You weren't born weak. You weren't destined to be average. Weakness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you allow. Every time you hit snooze instead of grinding, every time you quit when it gets hard, every time you take the easy way out, that's not circumstance, that's choice. And that choice compounds day after day, decision after decision, until one day you wake up and realize you've become exactly what you feared: soft. The truth hurts, but here it is, your current limitations. Self-imposed, your failures, self-inflicted, that voice in your head telling you I can't. That's not reality, that's surrender, and surrender is always a choice. Look at what you're capable of when your back's against the wall. Look at what comes out when there's no other option. That strength was always there. You just chose not to use it until you had to. Here's the wake-up call. You don't need to be in crisis to access that version of yourself. You can choose it right now, today, this second. The difference between warriors and victims isn't genetics or luck, it's who chose to fight when they had every reason to fold. Weakness isn't your default setting, it's what happens when you stop resisting entropy. When you stop showing up, when you stop demanding more from yourself. Your mind will always seek comfort. That's its job. But you're not your mind, you're the one who decides whether to listen to it. Every single moment presents the same fundamental choice: give in or push through, take the path of least resistance or carve your own damn path. There's no middle ground, there's no partial credit. You're either building toughness or you're cultivating weakness, and the scary part is, both feel exactly the same in the moment. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret, your call. This isn't about never failing. It's about never accepting failure as permanent. It's about looking at your weakest moments and saying never again. Because the moment you realize weakness is optional is the moment everything changes. The weights don't get lighter, you get stronger. The challenges don't get easier, you get tougher. The obstacles don't disappear, you learn to plow through them. That's the secret they don't tell you. Mental toughness isn't about avoiding weakness, it's about outgrowing it. One hard choice at a time. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is garbage. It's unreliable. It's fleeting. It shows up when it feels like it and disappears when you need it most. If you're waiting for motivation to strike, you'll be waiting forever. Discipline, that's the real work. That's showing up when you're tired, when you're sore, when you'd rather be anywhere else doing anything else. Discipline doesn't care how you feel, it cares what you do. Let me break it to you. You won't always want to grind. In fact, most days you won't. That's the point. The magic happens when you do it anyway. When you lace up your shoes at 5 a.m., even though every cell in your body is screaming to stay in bed. When you push through that last set even though you're gassed. When you choose the hard right over the easy wrong again and again and again. That's where real growth happens, not in the highlight reel moments, but in the daily grind that nobody sees. Motivation is emotional, discipline is structural. Motivation depends on perfect conditions. Discipline creates its own conditions. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the engine. And here's the brutal truth. If you only operate when motivated, you'll never build anything lasting. Because life isn't a movie montage, it's showing up day after day when nothing's exciting, when nobody's watching, when there's no applause coming. This is why most people fail. They chase the high of motivation instead of building the muscle of discipline. They want the results without the routine, the glory without the grind. But toughness isn't built in moments of inspiration. It's forged in the daily decision to do the work regardless of how you feel. The more you rely on discipline, the less you need motivation. The more automatic it becomes, the less willpower it requires. That's the paradox. Discipline gives you freedom. Structure creates strength. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel pumped up. The only thing that matters is action. Consistent, relentless, uncompromising action. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. You don't need to feel like a champion to train like one. You just need to start, one foot in front of the other, one rep at a time, day after day. That's how legends are made. Not through bursts of enthusiasm, but through the quiet accumulation of disciplined effort that eventually becomes unstoppable momentum. The choice is yours. Be at the mercy of your fleeting emotions, or build an unshakable foundation of discipline that carries you through anything. One relies on external conditions, the other creates its own reality. Motivation is a fair weather friend. Discipline is your war buddy who's got your back when the bullets start flying. Choose wisely. The mind quits before the body. Your body is capable of far more than your mind wants you to believe. That wall you hit, that limit you feel, it's not real. It's your brain's safety mechanism kicking in, trying to protect you from discomfort. But here's the truth. You're only operating at about 40% of your actual capacity when your mind starts screaming for you to stop. The body can endure almost anything. It's the mind you have to conquer. Every breakthrough moment comes when you push past that initial resistance. When you ignore the lies your brain is telling you about your limitations. That voice saying, "I can't," is a liar. It's not your body failing, it's your mind playing tricks. The moment you realize this is the moment you unlock levels of performance you never thought possible. Suffer now, dominate later. There are no shortcuts, no easy paths to greatness. The price must be paid. The only question is when. You can suffer the pain of discipline now, or suffer the pain of regret later. But make no mistake, suffering is inevitable. The grind doesn't get easier, you get stronger. The work doesn't disappear, you become capable. Every ounce of sweat, every moment of discomfort, every sacrifice you make today is an investment in the person you'll become tomorrow. Weak people choose temporary comfort over lasting success. Warriors understand that today's suffering is tomorrow's advantage. The more you can endure now, the less you'll have to endure later. Because when others break, you'll just be getting started. When they tire, you'll be hitting your stride. The suffering isn't the obstacle, it's the training ground. You are your own worst enemy, that voice in your head telling you to quit. That's not the world holding you back, that's you. Your doubts, your fears, your self-imposed limitations, they're all manufactured in your mind. The greatest battles aren't fought in the gym or on the field. They're fought between your ears. Every time you hesitate, every time you second guess yourself, every time you pull back when you should be pushing forward, that's not life screwing you over, that's you screwing yourself. The competition doesn't beat you, you beat you. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking full responsibility is the moment you become dangerous. No more blaming circumstances, no more waiting for perfect conditions. The only thing standing between you and your potential is the person in the mirror. Build your armor in hell. Comfort builds nothing worth having. Real strength is forged in the fire, through struggle, through adversity, through moments that test every fiber of your being. You don't become unbreakable by avoiding the hard shit. You become unbreakable by surviving it. Every challenge, every setback, every time life knocks you down, that's not punishment, that's preparation. The tougher the situation, the thicker your armor grows. When others see obstacles, you see opportunities to harden yourself. When they run from the storm, you walk straight into it because you know that's where real growth happens. The hell you endure today becomes the armor that protects you tomorrow. There are no shortcuts, no easy paths, just the relentless pursuit of toughness through experience. The more you can withstand now, the less that can break you later. His is where the rubber meets the road. You've seen what it takes. No excuses, relentless discipline, embracing the grind. You know weakness is a choice and comfort is the enemy. The path is clear, but it ain't pretty. No one's coming to save you, no magic pill, just hard work and the refusal to quit. That armor you need, you build it in the fire of adversity, one brutal day at a time. The version of you that crushes goals, that dominates, that leaves mediocrity in the dust, it's waiting on the other side of suffering. The only thing standing between you and that person is your willingness to do what others won't. So, what's it gonna be? Time's up, get after it, or get out of the way.